Hey, welcome to Dadz R Us, where dad could be a dad, single dad versus married dad. I'm Jesse, joined by my longtime single dad friend, Jimmy, also known as door holder number 3. If you get that pop culture reference, I'll give you a gold star. How you doing?
Not too bad. It's been an interesting day. How about
Uh,
you?
I okay. Well, last week I got hit up with COVID, and I was really wanting to do an episode with me in the throes of COVID. I thought we were done with that. Apparently, that's still a thing. So,
I'm hoping my son doesn't have it. He's got body aches, sore throat. This is the second time since he's been in school that I got called to pick him up. This
that's
morning, this
oh,
morning I was like, hey, if you're not feeling well, I said, go lay back down. I'll go to work, put in a half day. I'll come back. He goes, Dad, I'm not letting this stop me. I'm going to school. I said, okay, well, call me if you need me. And boom.
man.
First, I
I
got a
wanted
call at
to.
11:30. Hold on, I got a call at 11:30 by a number that wasn't even programmed in my phone, so I didn't answer it, right? I have the
School
school
nurse.
saved. Well, I'm guessing, but then they left me a message, but no voicemail prompt came up saying, "Hey, you have a voicemail." So I'm sitting there, then I get another call at 1:30 and it said his school. So I pick it up. They're like, "Yeah, we tried calling you." I said, like, was it a personal phone or something? Or so
This
you had
is
to
what you
tough it
get
out.
with an Android. So, okay, I just wanted to jump in post Thanksgiving and do some updates and lessons learned right off the bat. What you're telling me is one, your phone is unreliable. I can attest. Two, if only two, what you're telling me, two phone calls from the school in the history of your son's being going to school, being sick. Is that what I'm
Yeah,
hearing?
yeah,
That is absolutely phenomenal numbers. Those are great numbers.
yeah.
But
Dude.
we've talked about this before. It's up to you, the single dad. You don't have a partner in crime to help out with this kind of thing. And are you really going to call the ex to pick him up?
Well, that's the thing. In my head, I'm thinking like, well, did they try calling his mom after they didn't get a hold of me or not? I mean, I flat out told the school, call me first because
Right,
I'll
right.
always answer. But if I get an unknown number, I just don't answer unknown numbers. You know what I mean? But
I'm
it
with you.
worked out.
Nobody does. Tell them to shoot a text. Then again, get an iPhone. That's what I'm going to tell you. All right, man. Post Thanksgiving. Let's get into it. Was okay.
Jeez.
Good Thanksgiving for you?
It was okay. The dinner was a little off this year compared to other years, but I guess we'll get into that here in a minute.
Okay. My Thanksgiving was this is the year we became mimosa and a Bloody Mary family. I got too many adult kids, so we got to drink. Instead of doing our traditional 5K, I don't do that anymore. So my Thanksgiving, other than that, was pretty traditional. I mean, it was just my immediate family, so I don't have to deal with extended family. The only fights were my two adult kids fighting with each other. They stormed out of the house mad at each other.
It's that bad, huh? Why did someone get the turkey leg?
No, no. The youngest kid ate both turkey legs, and that's all he ate. Nothing else. I'm not even joking. Oh, rolls. He had a bunch
I
of
was
rolls with that.
just about to say no rolls, dude. Come on.
Nah, he was eating rolls. He didn't even do dessert. He just did turkey legs and then disappeared. And he
I
was the
don't like
most
the turkey
upset.
leg.
Well, you're not 13. I don't know what kids like. We're
Do you like
adults.
the turkey? Do you like the turkey leg or no?
Nope.
You
Nope. I
strike
do
me as
not.
a dark meat kind of guy.
I do like it greasy. I don't know that, but like I said, this turkey turned out great, and I ate a
Was
ton of
there a
it.
bag involved?
Technically, yes. You put it in a bag to brine it. Now, this first year I've ever brined a turkey. I'm a straight roaster guy. I don't know my wife is, and it was juicy. What about you?
Well, this year my mom had a bright idea because all of her friends died for this recipe to cook your turkey in a bag. Let me
They,
tell you something. I
they,
don't know
they
if
got
her
this shit
friends
off of
got this off
TikTok,
of.
right?
I'm dude. That's what I'm guessing. Who cooks a turkey in a bag?
Some
So
TikTok
our
bulls,
thing,
man. This is
I
bullshit.
so she tried this bagged turkey. Let's just say I won't return next year if my turkey is in a bag. The only time I want my turkey in the bag is when I'm leaving the fucking house for the day and I'm taking home leftovers. You know what I'm saying?
But
It wasn't the best. We already had the discussion. I still ate it. I still had some leftovers the next day. It just wasn't your best. Don't do it again.
oh my gosh. So is that right? Do you feel comfortable telling the host their turkey was garbage?
Well, my son and my brother,
Jeez.
that's pretty much what they said. Wow, that was bad. That was the worst. Blah, blah. Me, you know what? Suck it up, fellas. Eat it. If you don't like it, make your own next time. But no, it
Oh
was
man.
okay. It wasn't her best. It was okay. Hey, at least it was hot. Right?
Okay. If it's me and it's my mom, I'm gonna say, tastes great, amazing. But as soon as I get in the car on the way home, me and my wife are dishing like that was straight
See,
cheeks.
I don't have anyone to say that to, so I just tell her the truth. Hey, it wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying? Because if I had that conversation with my son was like, nope, never again. That poor kid.
Oh man. Yeah, so Thanksgiving was good, except for the kids fighting. I've been told I'm no longer allowed to talk about my kids' love life, but the two adult kids did fight because they're teasing each other over one of their new
Love lives.
girlfriends. Yeah, and when you're in love, you ain't taking no shit from your brother about your
Well,
girlfriend.
were the ladies there?
No, not this
Okay,
year.
well then
Next,
you know what? Then there should have been no storming out. It should have been a conversation. Hey, you like her? You don't like her. She's a whore. She's an angel. That's your opinion. That's my opinion. Let's get back to Eden. But no, your kids. I'm
nah,
fucking out of here.
yeah, pretty much. Anyway,
Ruined
so look,
Thanksgiving. Look, you know what? That tells
listen.
you something right there. The women are already ruining Thanksgiving, and they weren't even there.
Whatever, man. My take on it is the kids wanted to leave and go do their own thing. They're just looking for an excuse. They could have staged the whole thing and be like, oh man, let's do that again. We can get out of the house. Whatever. All right. Got any I do have some lessons learned from the last few weeks. Let's see. Kids, if they got car problems, they're old enough to drive. If you don't teach them how to drive or basically fix cars or fix anything when they're young, guess what? You're doing it when they're older. In this case, my son had no idea his oil has been leaking and dripping out. I showed him a picture from like June of how he spilled oil all over my driveway. His engine seized up. So, and
Ooh, there
yeah,
ain't no
man.
fixing that.
Well, at the time we didn't know. I showed him how to replace a starter because batteries all good. And he's like, "Oh, cool, man. That was a lot easier than I thought." It doesn't matter when your engine's seized up. So after a bunch of tow trucks, he ended up buying a used truck, and this is like his first kind of adult purchase. I didn't help him at all. He did everything. It was crazy listening to talk about. He thought he'd want to go lease a car, and they came at him and they're like, "All right, for 3 years, your payments are $680." And
Dude,
this
is
is
that
like,
nuts?
I know. I was like, how much was his car? What kind of car was it? It was like a $30,000 car. And I was like, that's insanity. And then he goes, well, I
Wait, it
just
was
bought
a
it.
$30,000 car, and that was the payment?
Yeah. So he starts busting out a calculator and goes, this doesn't make any sense. If it depreciates this much, apparently there's a whole thing about leasing. And I've never leased a car, and he's asking me advice. I'm like, I don't have any good advice to tell you because that's not what I do. I've never leased a car.
See, when I
I
was
tell you
younger,
what.
his age, I was leasing, but it was 250 back then. It wasn't 700 damn dollars. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's a damn dude. That salesman must have just been like, oh, first time buyer. Let me put him through the
Yeah.
fucking ringer. And
Yeah. He wasn't,
apparently,
he
at
wasn't
least
taking that big.
but that's good though. Your son's got
Yeah.
some smarts.
Yeah, it was a female sales lady. She was sweet talking him too. That's what he told me. It didn't work. So he walked out. They
That
couldn't
girl,
convince him to
that
come
girl
back.
was that girl was setting up a car payment like she was a sugar baby.
So I know, right? So he goes and buys a used truck for 24 grand. he literally buys the same exact truck I have, just a year newer, same miles. Anyways, 24 grand. So his payments are like something like 450 a month. I was
That's
like,
still
what an
outrageous.
incredible difference. 450 a month. I think that's the norm now. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a
I'm just
guy who
saying
likes car payments.
well, for a used car though, that's crazy. You're paying almost $500. So with
Yeah.
your used car and insurance on it, you have a house payment nowadays. That is fucked up.
Yeah, my first mortgage was about $700 a month, and that's like close to, with his insurance, you're right, 250 a month.
Yeah,
That's
that's
his
nuts,
rent.
dude. I,
His rent for his apartment's $500 a month, and now he's got to pay 700 to drive.
he's paying more
And
for a car. Yeah.
yeah, and so his again, he's in the Air National Guard, so he's got some safety, and plus, he's got me. I'm always there
Right.
to help
Right.
out.
Right.
So he feels comfortable. He's got a good, I guess, safety net. I'm that, break in case of emergency. So
Moral
here's the
of the
thing.
story is, and lessons learned is, just because the salesman is hot and showing a little leg and thigh, don't go out and buy her car. That's what
Yeah,
she was doing.
and when he said no, he goes, "That's insanity." She storms off and talking to her manager and getting mad. And he goes, "I've never had somebody who's trying to sell me something get mad at me. It's the weirdest thing." And I'm like, "All right, well, good on you, man." So I'm proud of him. Good job for him. All right. So another lessons learned, my kids' behavior is miraculously improving, and I think it's because we're getting closer to the holidays, Santa Claus time. So
But the cat's out of the bag for him, though, isn't it?
true, but
He
I'll still
still
hold that
knows.
over
He
him.
still
I mean,
knows.
I
Right.
was like, listen, act right, or you're gonna get, I don't know, some you're just gonna get a pair of Crocs instead of something cool.
Crocs haven't found their way to this house yet, so
Well, yeah, okay, because your kids got a school dress code. Imagine if they didn't and they all want to dress alike like idiots. It's going to be, 30 degrees. Let's wear Crocs and shorts. So I don't know why that triggers me still. Still
it
does.
does, dude. The fire in your eyes right now is just insane.
Oh, no, I'm in a good mood. Post COVID high. What else going on? My neighborhood, magical, right? We had a
When's the
plethora
Christmas
of
parade?
parties. Yeah, we don't have that. That's a good
No,
question. When it's too cold.
or
No,
honestly, I can see your little town of neighborhood having a Thanksgiving parade and giving somebody the key to the house to the
whatever.
subdivision. Here's the key to the subdivision.
Yeah, good Lord, that would be funny. Now the first setup right after Thanksgiving, we have a neighbor host an annual soup party. Have you ever heard of this? Maybe.
No.
So a bunch of neighbors bring over their recipes for soups. Now, this is an acceptable time to experiment. Not on Thanksgiving, the soup party, my man. And for the last 3 years, I've been doing the submissions from my household, and I have come in last place. But to be fair, I was trying to be funny, and I just bought a bunch of Campbell's soup and put it in there and then named it something funny. Apparently, it never won. So my wife, everything she touches turns to gold. Guess what? You know where this is going.
You guys
She
won.
she won. I know. And she was like chili mac soup. And they're playing Return of the Mac. And she's dressed
You
like
know what I
90s.
you know what I
Ah,
think?
what? What do
And
you think?
you're probably gonna edit this out just because I know there's people that probably listen to this in your neighborhood. But I don't think your wife can do wrong in that neighborhood. I think whatever she says goes. And I think it's like
Oh, she's the
they're
queen bee.
pussy whipped. Your neighborhood is
The
pussy whipped
influencer.
to your wife. No matter what she
I
does, she's gonna be the fucking winner, dude.
Do you think she's like the popular girl? Like
At
we
this
weren't the
point,
popular kids in high school. Are we the
at this point,
popular people?
at
I
this
don't
point,
think
I
so.
think it's beyond that.
She's too humble for that. You
No, I'm
okay?
not saying
Well,
it's her fault. I'm just
no,
saying,
but they did give her a nickname, and I'm afraid to tell you what it is because it's gonna just add, oh, man, fuel to this fire.
I mean, Joni the Great.
No, they start calling her the president in
Oh,
response to what they call me. I don't know. Is
the
that
mayor.
the mayor, the president, the mayor? Oh my God, this sounds. Why does this sound
Yeah.
cringe? I don't like
No,
this.
that
I don't like
is
where this is
no,
going. There's a
no.
lot of pressure.
You guys might want
Oh
to pack up
man.
and move now.
But everybody wants to be your friend. I mean, I want to be your friend. She's, I think she's awesome. I don't know.
Do you guys like supply a lot of stuff at these parties? Are you like a
Um,
lifeline to your neighborhood?
I I don't know. So the next
The
party,
next party, don't bring anything. See what happens.
I'm
See if the president gets impeached.
right. Here's the thing. I I'm just grateful that I get invited to parties. So if I get invited to parties, I'm gonna try to go to them all and then participate as much as I can.
Well, are you being invited just because it's your wife?
I don't want to answer that, but I feel like I probably am because there's no way. We're a package deal. They all want Joni to come, but they're like, shit, now we're stuck with the mayor.
Wait
Ah,
till one time when she's sick and can't make it, and they're like, you know what, Jesse, just stay home with her. Right? Make sure she's okay.
okay, that's happened before. I've been on the road and stuff. She's shown up without me. So the next party was Friendsgiving, and we didn't win this one. So what this concept is, and this is I love this concept. Everybody shows up and they throw donations in a bowl, and then you throw and then so money in one bowl, and then in the next bowl you put in a charity of your choice. And I don't have any go-to charities. I just picked a veteran one. And I asked my wife, I'm like, hey, I donated, like, what charity do you want to pick? She goes, because I was going to write on this thing, like, whatever my wife says. She's like, you pick. I was like, no, you
Human
pick.
fund.
I know, right? So at the end of the night, the host picks a charity. I says, hey, this is the charity that won. Like last year, I think it was like March of Dimes because we had uh, a lady in the neighborhood, premature babies, right? And that hit their family hard. Another one where their daughter was born with some congenial defect. I should know the name of it. And this year, so she won. So she goes, that's my charity. And then they take all the money and I guess they go like Giving Tuesday. It's like after Cyber Monday. So you got Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday. And then if you give to, I guess, charity on that day, someone matches it. So anyways, it's pretty good, man. So we're up in holiday party season, but here's the thing. The next weekend, this is a big one in the neighborhood, Bad Mom's Christmas. And it's all the ladies and they just go and get drunk and act like idiots and dress up like Christmassy stuff and do all these crazy bar games. My wife, she's missed that one a lot of years because you know what we did instead, Jimmy?
Bow, chicka,
Oh,
bow, bow, chicka, bow, bow, bow,
I
bow,
mean,
bow.
technically. So do you know why this year after Thanksgiving was special was what my anniversary, which happens around Thanksgiving every year. This year was number 25, man. I've been married 25 years and we went on a trip. That's crazy. 25 years. Do you know where you were in 1998? I feel like we talked about this before too. But 25 years, Jimmy. At
Well,
this point, I'm going to be
why don't
married for
you
life.
tell our audience for our 25th anniversary where you guys went on a trip?
I should tell you where she wanted to go versus where we went. she's like, I want to go to Greece. And I'm like, listen, this is why I don't get a passport. So we keep away from these exotic vacations. We went to Oregon. Yeah, man, Oregon. So, Astoria, Cannon Beach. And you know what Cannon Beach is famous for? You may or may not know. I don't know. That's where a lot
Uh,
of, you want me to give you a clue?
Seals.
I didn't see any seals. I was looking for whale. I saw all sorts of animals, but I didn't see any seals.
Sea
So,
lion.
what? Get out of town. The only lions I'd get disappointed by around Thanksgiving is my Detroit Lions.
Dude, don't even go there.
Cannon Beach was made famous by the 1985 hit movie Goonies. And it was
I thought you were going
beautiful.
to say pearl necklaces.
No, I was not. I'm going to definitely edit that out. I'm trying to reduce the cringe you bring to this show. Okay, 2, let me tell you some fun facts about Oregon. It rains all the time. The day we left, we lost power and there was massive floods and we barely made it to Portland to fly out. 2, there's way too many coffee houses for Portland. And truly, when you look around, everybody's ready to break out in a hike. I think that's just the Pacific Northwest. 3, you go into a store, there's no bags. You have to bring your own bag. I went to Walmart, like by the airport, pick up some snacks and some wine, and they're like, we don't have bags. You got to buy a bag. I was like, dang, dude.
You got to
Gas
buy the
pumps look
bag?
weird. Yeah, man. You got to buy one of these reusable bags. I thought it was nuts, man. But I will say it was very pretty. I saw tons of elk, deer. We had rabbits just all over the backyard. We rented a beach house by this Cannon Beach, and they had this haystack rock, and it was magical. And we just sat and drank wine and watched Goonies, and then went out to all the little coffee houses and restaurants, and it was a good trip. Definitely loved being married that long. It was nice.
Well,
Of course,
congratulations. That's a hell of a
at this
mark.
point, it is. At this point, it's a battle of attrition. We're just going to see who dies first. Now, on the way back, I'm pretty sure probably going through Denver International, is probably when I got COVID. Oh, well. All right, man. So that's a pretty good recap post Thanksgiving. You got anything to add before we get into pop culture?
No, really. I was on my way to work the other day, and I seen a suitcase full of kittens.
Oh, did you? A suitcase full of kittens.
So I called the police.
Instead of animal control. That makes sense. Detroit, go for it.
Well, I didn't know what to do. It was Detroit. They asked me if they were moving. They asked me if they were moving. I said, I don't know, but I guess that explains the suitcase.
Oh my god.
There's my dad joke.
Yeah. Opposed to the U-Haul. Probably too big. Good deal. All right, let's get into pop culture, man. Lions ruin yet another Thanksgiving. Traditional, like getting into a divisional
And to the
rival.
Packers. They are not even that good.
Oh man, so now the cheese bags are starting to look good. That's embarrassing. Whatever. They did come back and beat the Saints the next week. They guess what they used for the coin toss? They had a special coin, a turducken coin toss, and I thought
See that? Did you get any?
See, no, that's when Thanksgiving experimentation apparently went right. So,
yeah, you know what? You are right. I wonder if that was that person. Let's stick this up that guy's ass and that the other ass.
Like, let's see if we can fit a chicken. Let's try a duck. Let's try both. I don't know. Tastes amazing, apparently.
Oh, it is.
I just don't know how they. Yeah, I just don't know how they figure out heads and tails. Really, I don't know. That was kind of weird. Here's some sad news or good news, depending how demented you are. After 77 years, Jimmy Carter is a single dad. Rest in peace, Rosalind. Oh man, could you imagine? Like, for me to be like, he was married for 77 years. That means we're talking about me, like 25. I've got 52 years to go, 2075. And you know how old That would make me 98 years old. Holy cow. How did
Wow.
Jimmy Carter do it? And Rosalind Carter, she's an amazing woman. That's probably how it was easy probably for him. So after 77 years, man, he's single. Good luck. It's a tough market out there, Jimmy. Sad news. So
How would he go about even trying to date, dude? He's got the CIA people with him,
he's just worried about
right? Because
getting out of bed at
ex-presidents,
this point.
they have CIA until they die, right?
How does Bill Clinton date or cheat? I don't know. There's eyes everywhere. Trump, man. I don't know. I don't know if those guys are faithful. Jimmy Carter, though, man, faithful. He's 77 years. Let's see. Speaking of old, is the Roman Empire trend over yet? Have you heard of this? I'm about done with this one.
To who?
Yeah, Roman Empire trend. Apparently, all the ladies on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram are convinced that somebody's convinced them that dudes think about the Roman Empire at least once a day. And I don't know how true that is.
The only time I really think about the Roman Empire, dude, is when I'm watching the movie Gladiator
Oh, yeah.
or Spartacus. Yeah, that's it.
You
Well,
don't think
because it
about
was
the fall of Roman Empire, aqueducts,
no.
Colosseum. So you're talking about Colosseum. Italy, man, beautiful. Well, I'm ready for that trend to be over. I think that was dumb. What else?
I didn't even know it was a trend.
Big fan favorite, big fan of the show, Nick Cage. I got some news on him. Well, I got some old news and some trivia news for you. So first off, did you know Nick Cage was once considered for the role of Superman? And tell me how that would have turned out.
You know what? I did hear that though.
Oh, this is back in the 90s. For sure.
I did hear. So it wasn't Christopher Reeves. It was the next Superman.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be the next
I remember
one.
hearing that somewhere. I really do. But no. It would not have worked. Like I thought Ben Affleck, it was a stretch when they went with Batman, but he actually did a really nice Batman.
Ooh, he's one of my favorite Batmans. I don't know. That's just for me.
Well, I like Val Kilmer, Michael Keaton, and then I would go Ben.
Ooh, not bad, not bad. I would go. I'm gonna go Bateman as my number one because Chris Nolan movies were the best, followed by Michael Keaton. And then I want to go Ben Affleck. So let's do this. Name your worst Batman.
I don't know.
George Clooney. It's the only answer.
I forgot that he was even a Batman. Yeah. See,
that's why he's the worst.
Honestly, if I forgot, he honestly didn't do too well.
Okay. So let me.
Maybe we should try to get Michael Keaton on this next too.
Why not, man? Let's shoot for the stars.
You know what though? You know what? I have
that?
a Ben Affleck story. So when they were filming Batman here in Detroit,
they did?
Yeah, you didn't know they did that?
Well, I guess it makes sense if you want an industrial wasteland. Why not? I know they did Transformers there, one of them.
No, and they did
Packard plant.
some scenes of Batman, not the whole thing, but just some scenes.
Right.
So he would come into our establishment to do some gambling. So
really?
dude. So one night it was called shutdown. So at 1:45, you go around, you got to collect everyone's drinks. Well, he still had the gray in his hair because I don't know, they put gray in his hair in that movie. I forgot why, but for Bruce Wayne,
to me, it made sense. Yeah, wizened old billionaire.
Long story short, he's sitting there playing blackjack, and I was like, "Excuse me, Mister, I need your drink. It's, Michigan law. I got to pull it by so and so, or we can get offended." He goes, "Listen, fucking slid pile of chips. Give me a fifth of Jack to my limo. That's yours."
I'm like, yes, sir. Done.
I couldn't, dude. I got pit bosses there. I got cameras above me.
Oh
Dude,
yeah, you're
it
a
was
rule
probably
follower.
it
That's
was
good.
probably 20 grand, but I mean, it's not worth my job. But I'm like, dude, I can't. He goes, come on, man. I said, they won't say anything, will you? And they're like, oh, we're not gonna say anything. Of course you're not gonna fucking say anything, you fucking homos. But yeah, so that was my
No kidding, man. You turned down the bribe from Ben Affleck. Good. That is actually a cool story.
well, I have a Latrell Sprewell one too.
Really, man.
Yeah.
Us old heads know who Latrell Sprewell is because he was famous for choking his coach. What do you got with
Choking
him?
the chicken.
Yeah, he went straight to the coach's throat. NBA didn't mess around in the 80s, 90s, man. It's soft now.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about the Pistons, man. They're losing 19 straight. Probably
I don't know.
tonight
I
would
don't
be
watch
20.
basketball.
But you know who Latrell Sprewell is. What you got on him? Nothing?
No.
Okay. How many kids? Actually, is Nick Cage a dad or no? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
How many kids do you think he has?
Well, I think that movie that I just watched of him was a portrait of his real life, and he had one girl.
Let me ask you this. Do you think he's had more wives or more kids in his life?
Oh, wives.
Definitely. He's on his fifth wife. He's only got 3 kids.
3 kids. Okay, so maybe they only shown the one. You know what else though? You know
What?
that he has what are those things called when you die? A temple.
Like a mausoleum? I don't know.
A
Funeral?
mausoleum. Dude, he's got a giant mausoleum in New Orleans for when he dies. I guess it's like a size of a house, dude. I guess it's
Oh yeah.
huge.
So that's a good question. That leads me into one of my New Year's resolutions coming up. I'm purchasing some funeral, I guess some graveyard plots and buying my tombstones now. Get it all worked out to be buried with my wife of 25 years.
You don't want to be
And
cremated? You want to actually be put in the ground?
yeah, she can cremate me if she wants and put me in the ground. I don't care.
But why pay
So,
for a plot if you're going to be cremated?
it's
Now
her
you're just
family.
wasting money.
That's me, man. Sentimental.
I'm just saying though, like you should really have this conversation with your wife about, are we going in the ground, or one of us going in a urn and going on the fireplace till the other one
every
goes.
family, yeah, 100%. Every family's got some different values, different
No
ideas.
shit. I'm
So,
just saying you
but
should really
here,
have that conversation.
we have
And that's what you
had
want to
this
go in the ground.
conversation.
Nah, not me, dude.
So,
I want to
her
be
family.
planted in a tree.
Oh, I've seen,
You
I've seen,
you can
I've
do
seen
that.
internet ads for that. I
Yep,
know.
that's what I'm doing.
Her family's got.
I see it is going to be spread everywhere.
Oh my God, you're gonna be a sickly pine tree. You're gonna
So
be
if
like
it,
the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. That's what you're gonna grow into.
you know what though, people don't think about this. If that's really what you do, they put your ashes in a tree. You're gonna get pissed on your whole fucking life by dogs. I don't want that. Just burn me and
What?
throw me. Just
Whatever. So, dad advice on this for you, all the listeners. I'm like, if you want to do your kids a favor, take care of all your post-death plans now. And in this case, her family's got uh, basically a graveyard down the street where, last 300 years, her family's been all buried there, and they
oh,
they
okay.
got
Now
us a
it
couple
makes
spots.
sense.
Yeah, they got a couple spots reserved, and they're like,
Hey, we
hey,
got a couple. Hey, Jesse. So that's what they talk about on things. Hey, you guys made it 25 years, but listen, I want you to come down the street. I want to show you this land I got for sale. Oh, really? You want to sell us some land? You go down there. Yeah, and you only get it when you die, but that land's yours.
took
Jesse thought he was
25
getting
years to
part
be
of the family
really.
land.
I know. After 25 years, I'm finally accepted as part of the family
So
with a personalized plot.
since we're talking about death and all this, so do you guys already have a will in place? I'm guessing you did because you were in the service just in case if
Yep.
something happened. Yeah, okay. See, I haven't even
Probably should
got
be
that far yet.
updated.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it has, but I haven't even have one. But I should really do that because if something does happen, my son's 11, so of course I want it
Yeah.
all to go to him.
Well, and there's so many other decisions to make, as far as is it just free reign? The mom is going to run everything on this?
No,
You
no,
know?
I'd probably put it in my brother's name,
I gotcha.
and that
Yeah,
way,
and it's
like it would
weird
go
because of
all
your situation.
right. It would all go to my son, but no, I don't want his
Ooh,
mom's name on anything.
yeah, I'm going to make a note of this, and we're going to do a whole special episode on married dad versus single dad, differences on basically wills, estate planning, because I have adult kids right now too that want to raise their younger brother. The oldest is 24. He wants to raise the 13-year-old. And my wife's like, I don't know. Say we went to Oregon and we both go down a plane crash. Is that something we're ready, a burden we want to put on our children, our adult children, and is this best for the 13-year-old? So we do have those constant discussions.
I
It's a weird
mean,
one, dude.
if something was to happen to me, I mean, his godfather is my brother, but I honestly think I would like him to go with my cousin Jerry, not my brother.
Jerry's a family man. He's got 4 kids. He can add a fifth. That's nothing. That's
Well,
like a discount.
not my brother. He does a lot of traveling, and he's not a parent. I don't know.
Right. So
Not that
that
it
goes into
wouldn't
it.
be good. Just in case if you are listening, DJ, I am not saying you wouldn't be good. I just think it would be best for Connor to be around other kids and parents that think like parents.
100%. Yeah. You know what? We're gonna oh man, we're gonna jump deeper into this down the road because we got to talk about the parenting potential, the stability, so many things that go into it, right?
Yeah, I mean, tons of it. Tons. But yeah, I've thought about that before. And, like when I went to Mexico and he stayed here, I was like, fuck, what if something would have happened to me? My house would have been given to the state. I bought everything, because nothing
Yeah.
was in his
Yeah.
name.
100%. So to change gears to brighter
I know. Way to
topics.
bring us down, Jesse.
I heard some good news about Connor. Is he still grounded, my man? Or how is that going?
Well, honestly, I think they get their report card at the end of next week because it's going to be Christmas break. Holy moly, it's Christmas, folks. Actually, it is 2 weeks from today exactly, isn't it? Wow.
Ooh, be sure to tune into the next episode where we give advice on how to survive the holidays. Easy for married dads.
Crazy for single dads.
Fucking hard for single dads.
Yeah. So, well, my good news is he was grounded. He's been working like really hard. And the other day he came into the car because he just took a math quiz and he thought he did really well on it. He got an F on the math quiz. He was so bummed. He made one mistake, but that one mistake, in math, if you make one mistake, you're making that mistake all the way down. You know what I mean? So he did a division or multiple opposite of what he was supposed to do. But he was so confident. He came home that day. He did like 30 example problems. He studied. He didn't play. He goes, I said, all right. He played no video games. Yeah, he did no video games. He played with his toys in his room, went to bed early, got up. Dad, can you make me a breakfast? I made him some eggs because I'm always telling him, hey, on test days, you need a good breakfast. So I make him eggs instead of cereal. But long story short, his F that he got in math is now a B. He has brought his grade up to a B, and that was a proud dad moment. Connor, if you're listening, because sometimes you do, great job. Great job. I am proud of you.
My kids don't listen to us at all. We just do.
Well, I think he gets little snippets that you put out there, like his Halloween candy snippet. Like that whole episode, the one snippet you put in there was me giving his candy.
He's probably pissed.
Nah, he laughed about it.
Hey, does Connor eat any Thanksgiving leftovers? Like, did you bring any home, or do kids do this?
Usually when the turkey isn't made in a bag, yes.
It's a hard pass. My kids, yeah, nobody eats Thanksgiving leftovers other than me. What I did catch my youngest eating was a bag of marshmallows left over from candied yams.
I
I
don't
was like,
like
cut
candy
that crap
yams.
out. I don't give a shit. Anyways,
I don't like candy yams.
tell me more
But
on
see,
how you do
well,
not
we
like good
talked
food.
about this though in our last episode. I hate the turkey sandwich. I don't like a leftover turkey sandwich. Give me the turkey, the stuffing, and the mashed potatoes with gravy on top, and that's my leftovers. Dude, I don't like that. When I was a kid, dude, my mom would and dad would make turkey sandwiches like this big, that cold, really chunky. I don't know.
Nah, gotta eat that
No.
hot. Ugh. Learned some new words this week too from the youngster. Glow up. You ready to glow up? You know what that means?
Blow up, I'm guessing. Shine.
Yeah, look pretty, I
Be your
guess.
best.
No. Yeah, I comb my hair. In my case, my kid's case, he got a haircut like an inch taken off. He goes, got to glow up. And I'm like, I can't tell anything. I said he looked like Mushmouth from Fat Albert. And he goes, who's that? I was like, your hair, you look like Mushmouth.
Well,
And
I
he
got a
Googled it and he
haircut
goes,
and they messed it up, dude. Like they left this chunk here like a
listen,
fucking clown. Like I look like a
okay.
fucking clown.
But here's the thing. If you get a bad
I mean, at least
haircut,
I still
especially
have
like,
my hair, I guess.
there you go. You optimist, man. Be grateful for what you do have. And honestly, a bad haircut is fixed in 2 weeks anyways, right?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. So my kid,
So
he's mad at me
what's
because I call him Mushmouth now.
what's the big present for Christmas for the fam? Anything?
I ain't
Or
gonna
you
tell you
can't
on this
share?
one.
Yeah, you
No,
can't share.
we saving this for the holiday guide. I'm gonna give my kids some fucking Crocs.
Well, you know what what I was thinking about? I think what I'm gonna start doing eh, since the cat's out of the bag, and I'm not going to say what we're talking about when we're talking about that, just in case there's youngins listening.
Yeah.
And how old? Let me ask you this: how old
Okay, please ask me this.
were you when you stopped playing with toys?
Um,
Not yourself,
G-
toys.
no. GI Joes. I was
Were you really big into GI Joe? Was that like your go-to, or were
that was
you
the
a
last
He-Man?
one. I started off with He-Man.
See,
And then
I
I
was
got
just
into
GI Joe straight through, man. Nothing got like it was GI Joe. I never
nah
did
man, give me
Transformer.
I want some Skeletor, some Man at
Nope, I
Arms,
never did
some
He-Man. But my
Many
friend down the
Faces,
street,
Ram Man.
my man down the street, he had the He-Man, so that's where I would go and play He-Man. But I didn't collect He-Man. Mine was straight GI Joe. But I probably played with. I remember honestly, probably the last time I played with toys. I was 14 and I was playing on my front porch, and for some reason, two girls from my junior high walked up, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" So that
Okay,
was my last
stop.
day.
I literally I can vividly remember being 10 years old. I guess that puts me in fifth grade. Sixth grade, I had to kind of stop because it became a more of a collecting thing because girls in sports took priority. So at 11, if you're telling me 14 years old, you're playing with toys, you're in high school, Jimmy.
No, I
What are you
wasn't in
doing?
high school yet. Then maybe it was 13 because I was in junior high.
Okay.
I know that, but I would still
Okay.
play GI Joes, dude. I loved GI Joes, dude.
That's too old, man. You are an overgrown child.
Dude, I say I play GI Joes with my son once a month probably. Dude, I love it. It's
Well,
just what stinks about he doesn't play like I play. Like his,
we got let's
you know
save
what's
this for the holiday survival
well,
guide.
you know
We
what's
start
weird too
talking
though
toys,
is
Christmas. What's it?
he likes GI Joes, but he didn't like the cartoon.
Hmm.
So he doesn't know how these guys are really supposed to act when we're playing, and it really bugs me because I know how they are. He doesn't like this.
Listen, if you start playing with Roadhouse, you better rhyme everything.
I'm just saying. See, I go on tangents. I didn't take my medication today.
Yeah, Snake Eyes does not talk. You need
That
to
I
learn the
know that.
rules.
Well,
What
yeah,
does he?
exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, quick kick. And
Ah,
like he was, oh man.
yeah,
And
Quick
it,
Kick was
and
he
who
was witty, he was
and
hilarious.
and
Anything karate was cool.
and I'm gonna drop kick you because it's not Roadhouse. It's Roadblock.
Oh
Roadhouse was
yeah,
a
Roadblock.
movie with Patrick Swayze.
Roadblock, my bad. He was a cook from Mississippi. Great, he was one of my favorites. All right, man. To wrap this up, some good dad advice, and I got a couple. I got some questions, but
Go
I
ahead,
do
let's.
have a new I do have a new life hack. My adult kids, when they come over to visit way too much and just basically do their laundry and eat all my food, all I have to do is go to my backyard and grab a rake and start doing yard work, and they bail. Never fails.
Hey,
I also got
you talked
what?
about that one already. You did that
Did
last
I do that
show.
last week?
Last
Okay, here's
show.
another one then. I got another life hack. Um, Here's another life hack. So my wife actually caught me on this. Sometimes I want to go,
Was it a
hey,
Cosmopolitan?
nah, man, go smoke a cigar, go, I don't know, play some video games. I'll put on a TV show that I know she'll like, some like Kardashians or something, and then I'll play it, and then I'll leave the room, and she's good for like 2 hours. Well, this weekend I put on some YouTube, like, hey, the history of Christmas decorations. My wife is going crazy right now with the decorations. And then she comes outside. She goes, did you just treat me like a toddler? Did you just put on a show to let me watch it? And I'm like, oh my God, I've been doing this for years. And she straight called me out on it. And I'm like, no, that's just a coincidence. I got bored and left. And she's like, you got to pick something better because that's some shit quality. I'm not happy with this. I was like, oh
Dude,
man.
that is great.
She go. So apparently, what works on the toddlers doesn't always have to work with
But
the
it
wife.
works.
So
It's worked for 25 years. And she
now
just
she's
caught
on to
on.
me. Oh man.
You know what? You know what that means,
Good
though?
thing she doesn't
That,
listen to this.
no, you know what that means? You got
What?
sloppy and lazy.
I,
That's why
I,
you went to
I did.
YouTube. And you know what YouTube has?
Complacent ads.
YouTube has those stupid ads right in the middle of your show now. Unless
Yeah.
I don't know, you probably got the YouTube
Nah, man.
premium
It ain't for
package
me.
at this point. But no, you didn't think about that, did you? Those ads, and they
No.
pop up, and they're stupid ads too, and you can't skip them for 5 minutes.
Oh
Stupid.
man. All right, man. Hey, to the audience, hey, thanks for listening. We'll get you caught up here. We're gonna do the Christmas Survival Guide, and that'll be the last episode for season 2.
Now, are we gonna go like an hour and a half on that one? Since it's the last.
Ooh, depends how long your internet lasts for.
My internet hasn't
I-
gone out.
oh yeah,
Yours
mine
did.
has. Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm game. You go. You better come. You better bring it, because I got Christmas advice. You want to talk about
It's funny.
dumb dad jokes? All right, I'll talk about my
Was-
kids' Christmas lift last year to this year. How different it is, 12 to 13.
See,
Elf on a shelf. We're talking about that bullshit.
well, that's like right now. His list is the same as last year's. He'll be 12 January 3rd, so this may be the last. But I even asked him. I said, "Hey, you want an iPod or something? iPad instead of using your phone all the time." "Oh no, I'm good." "Okay."
All right, well, he's good to play with his toys for at least another 2 years if you're any litmus
Well,
test.
dude,
Hey, what do you call an angry, mean reindeer? It's
angry.
rude off.
If you would have, I was still putting it together.
Okay, I'll give you an easier one.
No.
I'll give you an easier
That
one.
one was pretty easy. I was on top of that.
Oh, this one's even easier. Let's test you out, man. What do you give a Christmas tree with bad breath?
Christmas tree, a reef.
You say reefer. Ain't gonna have no breasts, huh? You give that tree some ornaments. All right, man.
Ding a
That's
ding
all I got.
ding 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 ding.
Keep it Gucci.
Gucci. Ding.